What are the lessons from Islamic history? How do they apply to us today? And what is our situation today? These are very important questions. We've just come back from the Maghrib time prayers. It was congregational prayer. We prayed together as a community, as a nation, as an ummah, the nation of Islam. And we find strength in our unity. We find comfort in our numbers. We find solace in the sense of belonging to one another and to one Lord. I want to highlight 2 points. Point no. When our predecessors, the Salaf, the righteous predecessors of ours, may Allah be pleased with them, when they fought battles in the early days of Islam, like the battles of Badr and Uhud and Khandak, what was the outcome? What did they learn? They learned the lesson of unity, the lesson of sacrifice, the lesson of relying completely on Allah Almighty. And they learned that lesson the hard way. There were times when they were defeated. There were times when they lost people very dear to them. But they did not give up. And ultimately, with Allah's help, they were successful. The second point I want to highlight is that the Al-Aqsa Mosque, may Allah Almighty make it a place of peace and security, is our first Qibla. It is our first direction of prayer. It holds a very important place in the hearts of every Muslim and in the history of Islam. It is a symbol of our identity. We will not accept, therefore, that this sacred site, along with other sacred sites like the Dome of the Rock, are desecrated or defiled or occupied. So what about the current situation in Gaza? What is happening there? Where thousands of civilians have been killed, where hundreds of thousands of homes have been destroyed, where women and children and the elderly are living a severe humanitarian crisis. What is the message from Islamic history to us today in this situation? The message is very clear. Just as our predecessors, may Allah be pleased with them, were able to liberate Al-Aqsa from the clutches of the enemies of Islam during the time of the Crusades, and just as Salahuddin, may Allah bless him, was able to raise the flag of Islam and drive the Crusaders away from Jerusalem and from Allah. Similarly, today, we need to be united, the entire Muslim Ummah, to stand up against this aggression, to stand up against the occupation, to stand up against the injustice and the killing of innocent people. What is the point of reciting the hadith of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam if we don't live by it? What is the point of having the Quran if we don't put its teachings into practice? We have a choice today. Either we remain weak and divided and see our brothers and sisters persecuted and killed and tortured and displaced, or we unite and stand together and say, enough is enough. This aggression against the Palestinians, against the Muslims in Gaza, must come to an end. And I say this because Islam is not just a set of beliefs. Islam is not just a ritual. Islam is a way of life. And Islam teaches us that to kill an innocent person is forbidden, haram. And if we believe that to kill an innocent person is forbidden, then surely to let those innocent people be killed while we sit and do nothing is also forbidden. Surely our hand is not clean if we don't try our best to alleviate their suffering, to alleviate their pain, to stand up for their rights, and to help them in any way we can. Today, Gaza is not just a political issue for the Muslim Ummah, it is a spiritual and religious responsibility. It is a humanitarian imperative. We must answer the call of humanity. We must answer the call of our brothers and sisters in Gaza. We must stand up for justice. We must stand up for peace. We must stand up for Allah.